Older, you understand better that heroes, they're us, normal people, but instead of using superpowers, it's the way they inspire people.
Nag-iiba ang definition ng pagkabayani.
My hero is different from yours. Ang bayani mo ay maaaring hindi ko bayani.
Pero dapat natin isipin, ano nga bang bayani sa panahon ngayon?
Yes, most definitely a round of applause. I feel like that deserves. What a great question. You know, to really end off of, we hear the views and the opinions of other people, and at the very end it says, you know, what makes a hero today? It may not be the same definition of what made a hero a couple years ago, a couple decades ago, or in the political climate that we're in now, but it's a really great question, maybe for us to sip a little bit of a drink and ponder on as we continue. I'd love to hear more about our audience reaction. If, very quickly, if you may please indulge me here. I'm going to choose on Niza here. Niza Carmona, yes, hello. Yeah, pinakilala ko sa akin backstage. I'm just teasing. Niza, what did you think about the film?
Well, to be honest, it's not my first time to watch it as part of the Grab team. But when I first watched it, goosebumps. You know, to be part of a campaign that's really inspiring and something that I know that will change the Philippines.
Great. I just wanted to, I was going to ask you to stand up here and show everybody your pretty face there. But thank you very much. Yes, you're right. It does give you kind of a sense of goosebumps. Definitely demands that question that we all ask ourselves: are we doing our part in creating and being ambitious and in creating our modern day heroes? Well, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, different interpretations of ambition exist. And you know, for us to better delve into this question, I'd like to welcome now the perfect man to talk about this. Help me in introducing on stage cultural historian, professor, and author, as well as I saw a familiar face there in the video. Give it up for Mr. Ambeth Ocampo.
You're not disappointed with the real thing. People look nicer in film. But today I want to talk about heroes very, very briefly. When people talk about heroes, normally Rizal comes to mind. And when we think of Rizal, we often think of the statue. And so what happens here is that we often do not realize that Rizal is everywhere, but he's nowhere. And we see this over time. Before the war, there were many, many cigarette brands. And many of them had Rizal's face on it. Because if you put Rizal's face on any product, you can sell. So there used to be, the San Miguel Corporation used to have a Cerveza Rizal, which has disappeared, probably because it doesn't taste very nice. But what we actually see is we have Rizal in banks. If you have build a house, you have Rizal cement. And if you're cooking, you actually even have Rizal matches. So one would actually say that we have Rizal all throughout our life. We have Rizal from birth. You can be born in a Rizal hospital, and we have him to death. When you die, you can be in a Rizal funeral home. And this one is particularly nice. Their selling pitch is, it's the place where people are dying to go. So what's interesting here is that I've researched Rizal for the past 30, 40 years, and I actually see that Rizal's greatest misfortune is that he became national hero of the Philippines. Because he's national hero, we don't take him seriously, and because he's national hero, only one person can die for all of us, and we can continue living. Which is why one of the questions is, do I have to die to become a hero? So I'd like to show a few pictures. When we think of Rizal, we only think of the monuments. We only think of somebody we read about in textbooks. Nobody asks if Rizal ever smiled. And so we have the only picture of Rizal actually smiling is this one. And there are other pictures which have not been shown to you in school. This one shows Rizal with his friends. They were in Luna's apartment and they posed in front of an empty picture frame. And when I show this to my students, I tell them, you know, in the 19th century, these were young men. Most of our heroes were below 40. And if they had known that they would become national heroes, they would not have posted in this way. So be careful what you post on Instagram or Facebook. The other thing that you should see here is that Rizal and his friends, Rizal's over there with the flute, Juan Luna on the right, Felix Hidalgo is here on the left, and then in the middle you have drunken neighbors. Again, it's a picture you will never be shown in school because our heroes here do not look heroic enough. And that is one of the main messages. Heroes are people like you and me, and we often forget about it. This is the picture that you will never be shown. Jose Rizal, Felix Hidalgo, Trinidad Pardo de Tavera, Juan Luna, and an unidentified person standing who my students have identified as the waiter. Anyway, when you look at this picture, you see them eating. They seem to be smoking, and they seem to be smoking something that the present administration will not be happy about, because the next picture shows this. So Rizal's holding an apple, which he withdraw Pardo de Tavera. Hidalgo is based. The waiter has joined them. And when you think about this is a picture that they had to pose for. They posed for this picture. And again, if they had known they would be heroes, they would not have posed in this way. So the thing here is we really have to rethink the way in which we see heroes and think of them in different ways. But what is important is that when we think of Rizal, we often think of this great man. We often forget that he's human too. And the real secret of Rizal's greatness is his humanity. And therefore, if people can be heroes just by themselves, then that makes heroism easier to grasp. Now, again, this is a question I raised in the film. Why are heroes always old? Why are they male? Why are they dead? Maybe we have to rethink also our notions of what heroes are like. So one of the things is, when we think of a hero, we always think of Rizal as a monument, wearing the overcoat. But if Rizal were alive today, what would he look like? He would look like this. And so the whole point here is, what is the hero? Do we remember this? Or do we remember a hero who is different? A hero who can be like you and me. Therefore, do we still have heroes today? I'd like to be positive and think that we still have them. And that's why we're talking about many things. You know, now there's this question about what makes a hero, what makes a villain. We have to find out why. If you look at the dictionary definition, a hero is, you know, somebody who appears in a play, somebody who's admired for courage, etc. Actually, a hero can also be a submarine sandwich. That's in the definition. But what is important here is that when we use hero and we use bayani, we think it's one word. We use it interchangeably. The word bayani is rooted in the word bayan, which has something to do with community or nation. It has roots in so many different things. So I'd like to push the envelope further. Heroism is ambition, but ambition is nothing by itself unless it does some good. Therefore, when we look at the bayani, what is a bayani? Somebody who is a patriot, extraordinary strength. Those are givens. But a bayani, when you look at it, and I found it in an old Spanish dictionary, when you see the word bayani, it means somebody who does something for the common good, does something that is bigger than ourselves. Therefore, when we think of it, when we think of Keepwalk in Philippines, then maybe we should think, what is a modern hero today? Somebody who inspires, somebody who is ambitious, but more importantly, somebody who does something greater for himself and something greater for common good and nation. Thank you and good evening.
That was just wonderful there, Ambit. Thank you very much. How engaging. I love that photo. Kind of looks like James James Reed? No, what is that? A little bit of Jose meets James Reed meets, I don't know, with the fade the back. I like that. Anyways, thank you so much, sir. That is not going to be the last that we're going to hear from Ambet, I know, and I'm sure that he'll be engaging us even further in our discussion this evening. But I do want to say, before I move on any further, I see the phones, I see the cameras, and I have failed to remind you guys all to please post your photos and use our hashtag KeepWalkingPH and hashtag Johnny Walker PH, okay? So if you guys do take any photos with me in there and they don't look good, just don't post, cut me out, and then go ahead and tag everyone else. All right, Keep Walking PH, you see it there, and Johnny Walker PH. All right, well, Ambet touched upon it earlier. We do see heroes in our everyday. They are very much just ordinary individuals, and even some of the people in this room we definitely can call hero. Now, we will be having a mini-series on the powerful stories of these people in October, but I don't want you to wait until October. Tonight, we will get to hear inspiring stories of these individuals who have shown that Filipinos can indeed reach their ambitions. A domestic worker in Hong Kong, now a sought-after photographer, recently flew to New York to further study and hone her skills at her chosen craft. From OFW to NYU, Saiza Bakani.
Thank you for having me, and I'm sorry I'm not there. I'm really proud to be part of this wonderful campaign.
The Mijenos in just a little bit, but last and definitely not least, this man became a household name in Philippine cinema with his Best Director win at the 2009 Cannes Film Fest. He continues to do brilliant work in cinema. Ladies and gentlemen, Direk Brillante Mendoza. Direk, I have one first question. Did they show you that at Cannes? Did they have that when you won? Did they have that screen? No, that's only here. That's only tonight. Talbog natin. Okay. Anyways, I'm just teasing. All right, we're going to be knowing more about the stories of Brillante Mendoza here and the Mijenos in that mini docu-series to watch out for. But I have to say, before we continue, how did you stumble upon this discovery? If you can, tell us very briefly. Yes, please tell me. I mean, this is fascinating.
What we're doing right now, it's a combination of my sister's technical skills when it comes to lettering and our passion. Making social impact. So it's a combination of those. It's what inspires.
To be knowing more of, I guess, the detailed story, I'd like to invite the Mijenos as well as Direk there up on stage. I think we're going to be continuing this discussion even more, and we'll get ourselves a little bit more comfortable here on the couch. All right, yes, that's incredible. I mean, I don't know how you guys salt water. I have to spit that out. And all of a sudden it's an alternative source of light. That's great. Okay, I'd also like at this point to call as well back on stage Mr. Ambet Ocampo, as well as Mr. Arnold Ade. Is a graphic artist and animator. We saw him as well earlier in our one of the films there, one of the videos that we had. All right, so we have got our panel complete here on stage. Our three, we're missing one hero. Our three heroes. We've got Arnold as well as Ambet. You do want to throw my first question out to Ambeth, because in your presentation, in your talk, which was very engaging, I have to say, do you think that the heroes are relevant in this day and age? Let's talk about the relevance of having these people who show us their ambition and show us that we can make this kind of change or a change in our day-to-day life.
I think heroes are always relevant, and they're more relevant today because there's so many competing images that we see, and we need heroes to inspire people to become the best that they can be. And the panelists here are examples of heroes who inspire other people also to become the best that they can be.
Right, and like you said, they're just the ordinary people doing about what they do. I'll make my way, I guess, down the couch because we saw earlier in some of the work that Arnold was talking about there, you said that your idea of a hero was always a superhero, something fictional,
Yes.
Someone who flew and maybe...
Growing up reading comic books as well.
Yeah, I mean, and I can't blame you for that, right? But do you think that kind of concept of what a hero is, do you think that ends up limiting us when we try to find our modern day heroes?
In a way, yes. Because, like I said in the video, all I saw were superheroes. I didn't know the concept of heroes would be just normal people. And especially now that we have been bombarded by a lot of comic book heroes and movies and things and all of that, I'm worried about younger generation watching this. What would they be 20 years from now? What would they think about the concept of heroes? They're probably crazy ideas. We need to tell the young people that they're normal people. You and me.
They don't need a cape. They can wear spandex, but they don't necessarily need a cape, right?
Yes.
Speaking of, saving lives, at least, whether it be to the extreme of saving lives, definitely.
Ang dami nating heroes, pero bakit ang nakararami? Lalaki? Matanda? Patay? Do I have to be dead to be a hero? What makes a hero today?
Also early, these are people who inspire us, and they make the heroes heroes, but they themselves are heroes because of their influence. It's a two-way street. It's kind of a catch-22 as well, right? All right. I think I'm talking too much here. I think it's time for me to open up our discussion to members of our audience. And doing quite a good job, Janina. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about Janina Manipal. Hello. Yes, actually, we've actually just are meeting now, but I am familiar with your work. I think your Instagram page is fantastic. I know it doesn't end there. But let's talk about you pursuing your dreams and needing kind of to tap into that ambition in continuing to set yourself apart. What's your question? Yes, about the ambition that you need to kind of tap into when you're facing quite a competitive crowd as far as your talent is concerned. I know you do. Yeah, right. Editing. I see some of those videos. They look great. Yeah. How do what's the challenge of setting yourself apart, making your work speak for itself differently?
Well, I really never had any doubts or fears when it came to chasing my dreams, because I always really looked up to my idols, and I said to myself, if they can do it, why can't I? And then I recently actually just started a production company with my partner, so I guess that's a step forward to achieving that. And yeah, I never stop learning. I never stop learning from all these people, all the heroes that I see online. So, yeah, if anyone wants to collaborate or work with me, I am very open to that right now.
Fantastic to know that you don't pressure yourself. You don't say, I am afraid of not tapping into, not reaching my goal.
One thing I learned, like, keeping your mouth shut won't get you anywhere. So I just want to, like, put myself out there all the time.
Perfect, very well said, Janina Manipal. Thank you very much for sharing as well. I'm a fan of your work. I've seen your stuff online and it is great. I'm going to be asking you to take good photos. The very basics. All right. Have a seat. Enjoy the rest of the night. I know we're going to hear from a couple more people from our audience. Hello, my dear. Hi, Jareen. Hello, Jareen Tan. Nice to meet you. Yes, please tell us about, let's talk about your ambition and your fears about pursuing your goals. Do you feel the same as Janina?
I actually have really big dreams. I can tell you more about it. I think it's gonna fill up everyone's time. But then I think that you don't know what you have to do that. You should start small because you have to do that cheat day and start one small step up.
I'm sure that's the biggest compliment. I'm going to toss it back here to Amrit as well and our panel. It's very nice to see. I mean, I know those are young people. Not to say that those are the voices of young individuals who are inspired by maybe their environment, who have the ambition to keep dreaming, and as Janina said earlier, to not question yourself, right? And as Jareen said, take small steps. You have to walk before you start running. Amit, your thoughts?
Actually, I was wondering, and I'd like to ask the panelists actually, heroes actually surmount great things or fight the anti-hero or the villain. I'd like to ask the panelists, what was your biggest hurdle and how did you surmount this? Get beyond this?
All right, let's start from this end then, right? Maybe, okay, go ahead, Direk.
Okay, siguro ako, it's recognizing the limitations. Recognizing the fact that I'm coming from the development and with the choice of career that I have to do something, I have to create something to be able to survive in this industry. Back in the 80s and in the 90s, it's really very expensive. Okay, 2005, I made Bloomberg. In 2005, I did the film, okay, in the digital age, and we have a very limited budget to make the film. And early on, I already acknowledged that I have a very limited resources. I think it's acknowledging that. It's recognizing the fact that I'm coming from a developing country, I have very limited resources, and I have to do something, I have to create something that will make an impact. It's not going to be in Hollywood film, definitely, but it's going to be a film that's made from a developing country like the Philippines, and a film that's very rich in content, not necessarily the technical aspect, but I think that's our strength. That will be my strength, in all my documentary films and all my projects, because I don't have the resources. And by acknowledging that, I was able to pursue it.
All right, yes, let's go down
I guess I think because we were doing something that's not in the market, right? It's a new technology, and we also have limited resources in doing so. But I guess the motivation, the inspiration that we had, living with the people that don't have access to electricity, that use kerosene lamps all their lives as they use on lighting, is what fueled us to pursue the technology and keep on pushing forward no matter what the unknown is in front of us.
Tough. The more unknown, I think the more daunting.
There's, like for me, there's only ever two things that's stopping anyone from doing something. And that's fear and laziness. And I would say I'm a hard worker, so it's definitely not laziness. It's this fear, like what my sister said, it's the fear of stepping into the unknown, it's fear of failing. But like, I would say I'm quite old to understand that failing is okay. Because ever since we were kids, I think every one of us, we fear failing because of school, because of everything. Failing is not, it's not good, it's not right. So I guess as you mature, you learn to accept failure, that failure is part of everything. So I guess that's what helped me do what we're doing. People who are scared of failing won't get anywhere. So you really have to do something and surmount that fear. Let's hear from Martin.
It started with wishful thinking. To wish something that you had when you were a kid. When I was a kid, there were no comic books about putting in college. I wanted so bad to have a dream because all I read were heroes. So it's so easy. I promised myself I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna make one on my own. And that was my drive.
Yes, you did. Right? And I think sometimes when you set that goal and you just work towards it, you've got your focus, your laser beam focus, and you work towards it, then that's when you start achieving what
Your drive.
Yeah, that's your time. All right, well, it is quite a pleasure. I know we've heard from our panel here. I do want to thank you. A round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen, for our panelists here, starting off with Mr. Ate Cabango, Mr. Arnold Ave, we've got the Mendenos, Isaac and Rafael as well, and Director Yakin Mendoza. Thank you guys for sharing. I know that, I think what we're talking about here is very substantial. At the same time, I want to make sure that you guys are still having a good time. So I want to call on one person actually at this point to make sure that we're having a good time because she's going to lead us in our toast. Please join me in welcoming on stage Miss Vanessa Bosing Gao, Diageo Philippines General Manager.
Our dear guests, our partners, and our media partners as well.
Tayo sa nation, we are poor. And if we dream big, we can achieve anything. So please join me today in a toast. So may I request everyone, please stand and join me in a toast.
Yes, and I'd like to call back on stage Mr.
Everybody has a glass to drink.
And maybe yes, Mr. Cesar Gomaso back on stage, and Ambassador Asif Ahmad as well. Please join us here, sir. Yes.